Hello and welcome back to the Kitchen Club. Today I have for you 3 different quick sambar recipes. Each one of them can be prepared in less than 15 minutes. So without any further ado, let's get into the first one, which is the hotel style no dal sambar. Let's add mustard seeds and urad dal in 2 teaspoons of oil and then a cupful of onions to it, some curry leaves and green chilies. You can take more green chilies if you like your sambar to be really spicy and hot. I'm going to mix them together well and add some salt to speed up the process of cooking onions. And once the onions have turned translucent, it's time to add some turmeric powder. I'm adding around 1/4 teaspoonful of turmeric powder and then a cupful of tomatoes. So I'm taking equal quantities of onions and tomatoes here. And when the tomatoes have cooked well, let's add a cupful of pumpkins to it and mix them together well. Again, close it with a lid and let it cook for just a minute and a half so that the pumpkin also cooks well. And meanwhile, I'm going to prepare a gram flour and water mixture here. I'm taking 1 tablespoon of gram flour, adding very little water and mixing with a whisk or a fork and creating a mixture without any lumps. And we are going to add this to our cooked vegetables, adding some more water in order to get the right consistency of sambar and letting it cook. Once the water has started to boil, add some salt according to your taste and then let it cook for a minute or two. Garnish it with some coriander leaves, close it with a lid and your sambar is just ready. This is the perfect hotel style sambar. I am serving it today with onion rava dosa. So this is such a yummy sambar that can be prepared within minutes. Now let's get into the next recipe, which is tomato sambar. Again, no dal sambar. This is my mother-in-law's recipe and my family's most favorite sambar. I'm adding 1 cup onions, 2 cups of tomatoes and some green chilies in a pan and then adding some water to completely cover these vegetables and let them cook in the boiling water. Within 2 minutes, the tomatoes and onions will cook really well. Now let's filter the water out and let tomatoes and onions cool a little bit before we transfer them into a blender. Add 2 tablespoons of shredded coconut, salt and turmeric powder and then grind it. Here is a tip now. Whenever we grind tomato and try to make a puree, always cover the blender with a clean piece of cloth in order to make sure that there are no spills on the kitchen countertop or on the walls. So I have got this smooth paste now. I have added it to the same pan and then adding some more water in order to get the right consistency of sambar. And while this is boiling, I am going to prepare the seasoning in another pan. 2 teaspoons full of oil, mustard seeds, urad dal, and once the mustard seeds have sprouted well, I am adding some dried red chilies, curry leaves and a pinch of Asafoeteda. Let them cook well and then transfer it to the boiling sambar over here. That's it, the sambar is ready. I'm just going to cook it for 1 more minute, adding some chopped coriander leaves to it. I'm serving this with piping hot idlis today. They just taste divine together. You must try this sambar recipe and do let me know your feedback in the comments section. Now let's move on to the next one. I'm making the traditional dal sambar now. Taking 1/3 cup of tur dal and 1/3 cup of moong dal, that is, we are taking equal quantities of both these varieties of dals and then washing it really well 2-3 times in running water and then soaking it in water for 5 minutes. Till then, let's prepare the tadka or the seasoning in the pressure cooker. So I'm adding 2 teaspoonful of oil and then some chopped onions. You can add shallots here for much better taste and then some curry leaves and few chopped green chilies. Some salt and the tomatoes and let these cook for a minute before adding the potatoes in here. You can add more vegetables as well. But if we are planning to have it as a side dish for idli and dosa, just having potatoes is more than enough. Add some turmeric powder to it and some more salt, then 2 teaspoons full of sambar powder. And now I'm going to add the dal in it. For around 1 cup of dal, I will be adding 2 cups of water. Cooking it in high flame for the first whistle and then reducing the flame to medium low and letting it cook for 1 more whistle. So totally 2 whistles. And now our dal has nicely cooked and I'm just mashing it with the spoon slightly and then prepare a tadka in the pan. 2 teaspoons of oil, mustard seeds and urad dal, and then adding dried red chilies to it. And now it's time to add the cooked dal in it and mix it together well with the seasoning. We can add more water here if we want, and then add around 1/3 cup of tamarind juice, and then let it boil for a minute before adding Asafoeteda. Just a pinch should be enough. Cooking it for 1 more minute before finishing it with adding some coriander leaves. And that's it. The yummy dal sambar just with potatoes and tomatoes and onions is ready. I'm serving it with ghee roast today. This is my kids' favorite breakfast any day and every day. So that's all for today, friends. If you found this video helpful and like the recipes of the different sambar varieties, do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends and family. I will see you next time in the next one. Till then, take care.